Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. Trashcraft Tuesday, typically the day where I take something that's many people would refer to as garbage, trash, rubbish, and make it into something. Now for today's one, I've been inspired by this packaging. This is from a present that my hubby bought me. He's giving me a gift every day during August. He's such a sweetheart. And this is a packaging from highlighters. Just grab a couple of out to show you. These cute little highlighters that have cute faces on them. There's a packet of 6. Just think they are so adorable. They made me absolutely lose it. I was crying, you know, very happy crying. Because they just amused me greatly when he gave them to me. But anyway, to business at hand, I was inspired by this packaging. It's an unusual shape. So obviously not many people are going to have the same bit of packaging. But my message here is to look at things around you and be inspired by them. You don't have to have the same as I have. I'm sure you will have something or come across something in your travels where you look at it and go, what can I do with that? And this is something I looked at and thought, what can I do with it? Because the shape is so unusual. So I was inspired a couple of different ways. One is actually using this itself, but before I use it, I wanted to create something just using part of it. So I took a cat food box and I drew around onto the cardboard, get it the right way around. So I just traced that section onto a piece of cardboard. Then I took another piece and traced around it and then cut with leaving an, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch around it for 2 different sizes. And then I traced around it again onto another bit of card, but then cut about roughly the same distance inside the pencil line to create 3 different sizes of the same shape. So these are templates. It's what I wanted to create for myself as templates. So I've grabbed out some papers and we want to do a cover, and we're going to make a notebook, but it's going to be an over the page notebook. So hopefully it's something a bit fun, a bit different. I am going to work with these pages here. So these are test prints. So the actual ones are a bit paler than this. I took the saturation down so they weren't so vibrant. I wanted them more pastel-y. So these 2 designs here with dragonflies, these were my freebie with my newsletter for August. So if you are on my August newsletter and you haven't opened it yet, go open it and grab your freebie. If you would like these and you're not on my newsletter list, if you sign up before September, so by the end of August, then you'll have another opportunity to grab these when September's newsletter goes out. Excuse me, I think I might just take a wee sip of my drink and warm my hands up. My finger turned white before, just this section of it. It was like stark white, and I was all ready to record the video, and I just had to go and sit on my hand until it warmed up, and it took about 20 minutes before my finger turned normal colour. It's a particular condition which I wasn't sure I had, but now I'm pretty sure I do, just from today, because my mum's got it. Yeah, so I'm going to take that's enough of that, we don't need to labour on that. Take my largest one here, and I'm going to just kind of fold about here. I think that's, or maybe a bit wider actually. Let's just do it in half. I may waste a bit of the pattern, but that's okay. And I'm going to put, which way to around, the long one at the top. You could do it either way. You could have this as your over the page, or the long side, and you can vary it, like do it different ways, different times. In fact, I'm going to actually fold this in half this way. So choose whichever side you want to be the over the page folding side. Lay it along your crease line and trace around it. So this way also the area that I'm going to get on it is going to be random, like it's not like, oh, I'm going to place it here to get this or that. It's going to be entirely random. Okay, so traced around the largest one. I'm now going to cut that out through both layers. Trying to keep them flat so they don't sort of shift on me. Oh, hear the concentration coming out in silence. Okay, so that we scrap I'll throw away, those can go up there. So it is going to be sideways because I want to do an over the page. Here's a page here, so I want to go over the page, over, I said, there we go, over the page, and then it's going to flip up and we're going to have different sizes like a waterfall, but encapsulated within the cover. Gosh, completely losing my plot here. So this is our cover. You could also attach it at the side. So I could choose to not have it sideways. I could choose it to have it the right orientation for the text that's on there. And you could have it opening this way and then your kind of sideways waterfall, and then the same on the other side. I really like this. This looks really cool. Okay, but I think I want top, because why not? So if you wanted to do it so that the text, if you had directional text like this, you could just fold your paper along the way and then, you know, so let's grab out this piece. You could fold it that way and then lay your template that way, and your back will be upside down but your front would be the right way up. Up to you, whichever way you prefer is good. Right, so we've done our biggest one, so that's our cover outside, and this is small and this is medium, large, just so I don't lose track. Okay, I might put a piece of this in. This is a stone fleck, quite heavy paper. Not sure of the weight, but it's definitely heavier than 80 GSM. And we'll do this one for the medium size page. Again, trace around it. So like you could do this just with straight rectangles or whatever shape you like. I was just inspired by the unusual shape and thought I wanted to emulate that in some form. But it would be just as easy, or even easier, if you just stuck to rectangles or something. Just take the idea of the waterfall over the page notebook or notepad, and then bring it to life however you choose. You could make it heart shaped, or I don't know, any shape you like. So that's that one, and then I've got some coffee dyed paper here. Oh, I did that the wrong way round. Oops, I was supposed to put the long edge on the fold. So that one won't work, and I've got no more of that paper left with me. So let's go ahead and do the coffee dyed paper, and we'll do the medium again, because like a dingbat, I just did it wrong. Okay, I think I'm going to tear this in half because it's folded wonky and that's really annoying me. So I'm just going by the staple holes. Goodness, what a dingbat. Right, so just checking that we've got enough width here. I think we should be able to do it. If I fold it about there, we should be good. Using the lines on the paper to guide me for folding. So long side, and do this here just to make sure I don't run off the paper anywhere. Let's do it the right way round. Engage brain. It is a Sunday afternoon, to be fair, that I'm recording this, so you know, weekend relaxed vibes, sleepy vibes almost. But I really want to get a head start on this week to get all my videos done in really good time. And so this is I recorded a video yesterday, recording this one today, and that puts me ahead of the game for what I would normally be for a week of videos. So very happy about that. Really looking forward to the end of this week when hubby he's got a long weekend coming up. We're taking the Friday and the Monday, so we're getting to the city and having some fun. Now that's better. It's the right way. Much, much better. Okay, so that's that, and I was going to use that for the small page. We could use the same, but, you know, let's make it something different. See what I can find. Something big enough. Oh, is that going to be big enough? This is the stone fleck paper as well. No, it's not going to be big enough, unfortunately. What about some just plain grid paper? This will be big enough. Right, long side on the fold line, because that's the way I'm doing mine. But as I said, you could use either side, and that's a good way to vary your results and make some in different ways. Okay, and this side, whoops, that's not laying flat, I can see. It shifted as I was cutting, so one's different to the other, one half. Just try and even that up a little bit. It doesn't actually matter, but you know, it's my perfectionism peeping through. Okay, so that's our middle one. Line them up so they're kind of even border all the way around. That's what I'm going for. And that's going to flip over the page. Now I'm still wondering how I want to attach them and how I want to put them together. That's really quite pretty. I like that. and then over the other side, and it's pretty. Even though the text is sideways, I think it's pretty. And so you get this little, oh, I didn't actually get that one through. Oh my goodness, this is not a great video, my friends. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for staying with me and coming on this adventure of craziness. What I really want to do, and I'm just going to do it. Do I want to staple? Or glue? I think I'll go glue. You could staple, you could sew even. Just gonna put maybe Tombow because that was closest to hand. Just right along the top here. Oops. And then line this one up. A bit of glue seepage there. Let's get that so it doesn't close up our little notepad. So I've only done one half at the moment. I don't know whether we need to do the other half. Possibly not, so I'll leave it for the moment. And what I would like to do is actually turn the top into a tab so it sticks up above the page. So we're just going to try it. Maybe we should make it a little longer, but we didn't. So I'm going to... Do I want to go the full width? Maybe we will. So I'm putting the edge of this about in the middle, roughly, of the punch here. Oh, bit of effort to get right through those layers. And then the same over here. Oh, yep, that's definitely tough. 6 layers to get through. And I've just got a little up sort of flick there, which I don't want. So I'm just going to trim that off if I can. Flatten it out. You could make the tab top as wide or as narrow as you prefer. Again, something to play with, and you don't have to do this top at all. And then my idea is that you would then glue it on the page so that the top of it actually sticks up like that. Can you see that? Put that behind. You might, oh, does that, that might not actually help that much. Bit blendy. Can you see? I hope you can see how that kind of sticks up there. But you could also just put it down like this, and it's just an added little feature which kind of resembles to me like a bowl, a crockery pot or something. But I really did want to have it up as a tab, so gluing it on or attaching it to the page, I would glue that part together and then a little bit down on one side or the other to actually attach it to the page, and then you would lose some real estate because it would just fold up at that point like so, but you're still getting writing space. I hope this makes sense, my friends. I feel like I'm not explaining overly well, but that's what I envisaged. And you could do the same thing, of course, on the side of the page. So have the tabs sticking out on the side. Hopefully the white here is easier for you to see than on the green. And that's a cute side tab, and then you have your folding out pages on this side, and then you've still got room here depending what page you've put it on, whether it's for writing, whether you put a pocket or a belly band or something fun on the page. On this particular page I'd probably put a pocket or something, and then just have this sitting out to the side. Just something a little different. Yeah, I like it. I like it. But I don't want to actually attach it to a page right now, so you kind of attach it the best way that you think. I hope that makes sense. But however, now to this piece. So we've made templates, so that's all good. The templates I can keep. This is actually quite thin sort of packaging, and I have, you know, taken some of this off, not by design, but because it came off when I was taking the plastic or the acrylic front off to get the highlighters out. And what I'm thinking with this is some sort of kind of flippy thing. So I think I'm going to fold this here, if I can fold it straight-ish. Again, you're probably unlikely to have the same packaging. So I encourage you to just look at things a little bit differently and see how you could utilize them for something that's unique and fun and interesting. It doesn't have to be something that you can make a zillion of. It can just be a one-off that you play with and have fun expressing your creativity and recycling at the same time. Okay, so that, like that, and I think this one, just got to think how it's going to go on the page. Yeah, so I think this one in that way as well. You could do it a zillion different ways. This is just kind of how my brain is thinking of handling this. Now, because the cardboard is not super thick, I am happy to create a piece of ephemera with it, because it's not going to add huge bulk, but I think I do want to try and peel off some of this layer that we don't need, if I can. No, it's not going to be super easy, so we'll just run with it. Okay, so my idea for this is would wrap around the page like so. Now, because of the width of this, I'm going on the side of the page because this would not fit on my page this way. So this would be a pocket here, or a tuck. You could have it just attached here and just have it as a tuck. Which way do I want to go? I can decide that as we go. And then this side would flip, would decorated, maybe writing space, probably decorated, flip out, and then we'd have writing space in here, and then this bit, I'm not sure whether I want to have that as a pocket or a tuck, like glued down, or whether I want it to actually flip out again and have something attached to it that flips out. I haven't kind of fully fledged that idea. So that's kind of where I'm going. So let's decorate it. And to decorate this, I am going to use the mini kit that I created for Patreon for August. It's hydrangea themed. So let's have a wee look at it first. When I was thinking about what I wanted to do for Patreon, I just had a thought pop into my head. Hydrangeas. I love hydrangeas. I grew up with hydrangeas on our family home, around our family home. I don't have any here, but would like some. So this page, there's music, text, distressed features, you know, all just sort of yummy. And there's these frames around each side. So you could cut them in half, use them as a large journal card, or you could print 2 to a page and get yourself 4 journal cards, you know, that sort of size journal cards. That one, this one, all sort of in pretty spring-like colours. And this one's got a little less going on, but it's got a big hydrangea flower very subtly in the background. This one in the purples. So pretty. if I can say that myself. Then there's some faux washi tape strips, a number of them there. I've called this kit Hydrangea Garden, so it is only available for those who are paid members on my Patreon. Then there's a set of leaves in different sizes, and then one page of this size, and they're all watercolor effect. So it was actually a scanned watercolor that I did, an actual watercolor, and then I did the leaf shapes on top. And then for Patreon, I usually do date numbers, so 1 to 31 there for dates. So if you're a journaler, you can cut them out and use them in your journal entries. And then some fussy cuts of hydrangeas. And I've got 2 copies of those because I printed one off and then realised I hadn't put my logo. So not unhappy to have 2 copies of it. So let's choose out our first paper for the front. That, I think that would work. Okay. I suppose I should tear it off roughly where I want it to end on the fold line. Right, now I'm going to generously apply some glue. And if it lifts, I will go back in with some tacky glue. Now I'm thinking along this hinge side that I possibly will go in with washi tape, or the faux washi tape, just to disguise the blue. I could wrap around, but I don't want to. I just don't want to. Okay, let's. Oh, don't need the cat fur in there. So this is going to be the pocket, so we're not going to see this. I think I'll go pocket rather than tuck spot, just that's what I'm feeling. You could go either way. You could also reverse and make this the flip out and this the pocket. But to me it makes more sense to have the larger piece as the flip out so it can be written on. So we're just going down this path together and working it out as we go along. It's been a while actually since I've been inspired by a bit of packaging, so really happy to kind of be working along. Oh, isn't that pretty? Doesn't that look pretty? So wrapped around as a pocket. Yeah, I just think that's lovely. You could dress it up, you know, add words, labels, whatever. Okay. So this part's going to be writing. This will be the way up, just so I don't stick anything upside down or sideways or something. So I think I'll do that first. There, and now what am I going to do with this flappy bit? I think I'm just going to ignore it for the moment. Or do I? I don't know. Let's rip it this way, so we're not dealing with such a big bit of paper. And take that bit off. let's just cover the whole thing, because if we're going to glue it down, it won't matter. It'll just have an extra layer in there. I can't decide, my friends. I can't decide. I'm all a dither. My mind is racing and it's not finding any answers. It's going, I don't know. I don't know. No, I still don't know. That's what I'm getting. It's all I'm getting through my brain power is static. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Maybe I'll do it as a little tuck. So no, I'm not going to cover it in paper. Right, which means I need to tear this paper down a bit more, but that's okay. Glue it down first. Just get some excess glue off where I got a bit happy with the glue stick. Okay, and a bit more along here. Don't want to stick anything together that we don't need to or don't want to. Okay, so I'm going to trim around that now. See a few spots where I might need to go in and put some tacky glue. Either the glue was drying or I just didn't press down hard enough or something. It's just not grabbing in some places, but it'll be sufficient for the video. I can go in and fix it up later if it needs it. Okay, so that's the way up. Continually going back to my page to kind of orientate how it's going to work. So that side, and then this side will flip out and we've got writing space, lovely writing space. Now the thing, if I do glue this down, we're losing a portion of writing space, yes, but we're also gaining an area where we could tuck in something, a tag or a journal card. So I'm just really processing with you guys. I still haven't decided which way I want to go, because I need to decide, because if it's a flip out then that needs to be covered. No, I'm going to glue it down. The thing that is also is this little cutout here. Do I want to retain that or not? We could just chop it off at that point and make it a smaller. I think I'm going to do that. Let's make it smaller. So it's just going to be a little tuck spot, I think. Just eyeballing, lining up with that point. Oh, don't think that was terribly straight, but oh well. It's wildly not straight. My goodness. Mind you, that little punch out, I think, probably wasn't straight on the card. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's better, and I can live with it now. Okay, so this is going to be glued down. So we need to cover this. We don't need to cover this. Okay, right, we're getting there. Right, so decorating this part if we put something kind of more neutral like this, it could be written on as well, but I think decorated would be nice. Just going to trim it off between those borders and see whether that will work widthwise. To get this whole piece on that piece of paper. Okay, it will work, but I just need to trim it down a bit more, try and center it as much as we can. It won't be perfect. Probably took a bit much off now, but never mind. I'm being very particular here, way more particular than I need to be, but that's okay. Right, this time what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue stick in the middle and then put tacky glue around the outside. I think that's what I'm going to do with this bit. And I think it's this rough card where the backing or the shiny surface is torn off that perhaps isn't sticking as well with the glue stick. My goodness, I am lapsing into silence so often in this video. I know it's not actually tiredness that's making me do that. It's uncertainty, because I'm making this up as I go along and I'm really unsure how it's going to turn out. Can't make up my mind. I'm indecisive. And it's all those things that's making me go silent. It's actually the brain working, trying to figure it out, and then unable to talk to you at the same time. Right. So there we go. Definitely be putting some washi down this part here, and possibly where it folds here as well. I'll work that one out as I go. May not need to, I may just want to. And you could totally make up your own shape. You could make it, you know, just create a fun shape. Doesn't all have to be rectangle, doesn't have to be circular. You could do any fun shape and just play around. I think sometimes we neglect to do that, you know, we get kind of locked into certain shapes. And that's why I like recycling stuff, because it kind of pushes you in ways you hadn't thought of before. I mean, why they chose to do this packaging in this shape, I do not know, but it's fun, it's different. It caught my eye as soon as hubby showed me that. I didn't open it for several minutes because I was just studying the shape of the packaging and go, well, that's really unusual and kind of cool. Oops, I'm cutting into the cardboard there, but that's okay. Okay, I just want to give that a moment to dry before I try folding it. Washi. I think I would prefer actual washi. I think. I'm just looking around my desk at one that would work well with these colours, and I think one in this set, maybe that one. It will need a bit of glue stick on it, so I'll get my older glue stick, find the end, just tear it because we're going to be trimming it anyway. Just run it across the top of the glue stick, just because especially it's going to be in a place that folds or is folded, so I don't want it to come adrift. So a bit of glue stick will make your washi tape more permanent. Excuse the frog in my throat. If you don't use glue stick, then it's most likely going to come adrift, and depending on the quality of the tape, it might be sooner rather than later. So I always recommend, if you're using it, particularly on somewhere it's going to be stressed, to use glue stick. Even tacky glue. I've been known to tacky glue it as well. Just depending. Get off of my scissors, tape. Come on, get off of there. You just didn't want to come off on your own, did you? Anyone would think you had a bit of extra glue on you. Okay, just going to give that a bit of a burnish. And I see I didn't trim that very well. There we go, that's better. Okay, so let's fold this now. Hopefully it's dry enough that we can fold that. Give it a press. And I do want to ink around this, I believe. So let's take care of that. Oh, do I want to round those corners? I think I do, actually, before I ink. Just because this is curved, I think it would be nice if these, what sort of word is these? If those were rounded as well. Oh, will it work? Can I get it in there? Kind of. Good enough, I guess. A little bit tricky. But we got there. Just tidy them up a little bit. Right, now the inking. Oh, there comes the yawn. Oh dear. Could call it nap time with Belinda. Let's come have a wee snooze, my friends. Reminds me of like preschool when all the kids, you know, have a quiet time after lunch and sent to the rugs on the floor to have just a wee quiet time before they're back into the play. Gives the teachers a little bit of a breather, bit of a time to tidy up. I used to relieve at a preschool, or several preschools, several years ago. Right, now we'll fold this one where we put the washi and give that a burnish. Okay, I feel I need to actually attach this to a page. So it goes this way up. Oh, that's going to be so cute. Do I want to attach it to a page? Or can I just leave it? So that's going to be a pocket, okay, or a tuck spot. Glue here and here and here for a pocket, so your opening would be that wide, or you could just glue it here and have it as a tuck spot to put a larger piece in. So you could fit something tall in there as a pocket, you would fit something smaller. Okay, so options there. Don't put my card there because I'll lose it. Then this side, we could leave this as writing. Kind of tempted to. Flip out, and then this will be a pocket. So I do need to glue that down. Onto there. So I'm just going to hold it there for a moment because it is cardstock that we're working with as a base. It could, like the springiness of it might just release that glue if I don't let it settle for a moment. So let me have a wee drink. As if you could yell out and say, no, don't drink, we don't let you drink. Sometimes I say the daftest things. Okay, so there we have a pocket there. So I wouldn't put something too bulky in there, like a normal journal card. I'd probably more like put something like this, maybe just like a, you know, cut down to the right size, maybe some extra paper for writing on, because this is already thicker than if we were just using paper. Actually, looking at that, I'm like, you could almost like put writing paper here, tuck something in there, and then have it as a floating piece that goes inside a pocket. Decorating this up as the front. That would be really cool too. Oh, so many ways you could use this. I kind of wish I had another piece of this packaging. But if I did, I might not actually find it as inspiring. You know, sometimes when we have something that's common, it doesn't inspire us, even though it's got some cool properties, because we just see it in its common form and it's normal. If you get something out of the box like this that's just like, whoa, that's different, what can I do with it? Kind of gets the brain going a little bit more, I feel. So how are we going on time? We are almost done, so I think I'm going to leave it there. We could decorate this up. Maybe we'll finish by decorating this up. Let's grab out the fussy cuts. And maybe do something. Let's grab this one. Do a little collage-y sort of arrangement. Decorate it. And that will be the end of the video then. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. It's a bit of a funny video. Definitely not a tutorial because I was not sure where I was going. Had a rough idea, but that was as far as it went. A rough idea and a fun bit of packaging. And way too many possibilities on how we could handle it. And sometimes that's my problem. It's like, I can't decide which way I want to go. So I think by not gluing it down, I'm giving myself the ability to decide at the time how I want to use it. And part of that decision would be what page I actually put it on, whether I want it to cover the page or whether I want the page underneath to be visible or writable. So that will help determine how I use it at the end of the day, whenever that might be. So if you're interested in my printables from Patreon, when you sign up, you get access to everything that has been loaded since I began Patreon. So all the printables. At the beginning, for the first year, they were more journaling related. So if you're a journaler, for personal journaling. And then lately I've been doing more like journal making type kits, like these pages. But it continues to be a bit of a blend of both, because I'm a blend of both. Even though I haven't actually personally journaled for several months now, I've fallen over and I just can't seem to get back on the horse. I've always been a journaler at heart. You know, I've stopped and started my whole life, gone through periods where I do and periods where I don't. And just at the moment, I'm in a period where Not that I don't, but that I can't. I'm just too busy and trying not to pressure myself to get to something that I want to do but have no time for currently. I will get back to it. I promise. I just don't know when. Oh, that's not big enough. Maybe some music. Look at this delightfully tatty bit of music. A bit of foxing, tears and pencil marks, and oh, look at that side. Isn't that gorgeous? Yum yum. I do love old ratty tatty stuff. It's just gorgeous. Like it's got life. It's lived. It's been around the block a time or two. Oops, I'm sad I tore the number in half because I wasn't very careful, and that number was quite cool. But it's too late to worry about it. Just put a strip of that in there. It's very soft paper too, this, because of its age. Okay, pop that on. I mean, look at that beautiful foxing. I don't know if you can pick it up under the lights of the camera, but it's just all sorts of yumminess. Authentic age, that's what that's called. Now, do I want to distress around that? I think I might, just to make it stand out a little bit more. Yeah, who has hydrangeas at their house, and what colour are they? I love how they change colour according to the acidity or base of the soil that they're growing in. We had blue ones and white ones growing up. I don't remember any pink. They were down the south side of the house, which is the cool side of the house. And they were lovely. I really must actually plant some here because I think we've got a few spots where they would just do really well. Right, that. Do I want anything else under it? Another layer. I'm kind of wondering about another layer. That's not tall enough. I know, I'm fussing around like an old woman. Well, because I am. I'm an old woman. I think I'll do that there. Just because. Bit of a coffee dyed knitting pattern. Right, I think I'll tacky glue this on top, and maybe a label or something could be fun if we can find something that kind of fits the bill. Oh, actually, what about a bit of faux washi from the set? Might be a bit late now. I may not have kind of left a spot for it. No. 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 Wrong colours. Too dominant. Just not. No. No. No, it's not working for me. So I'm going to go, no, maybe a word instead. Might make me happy. Let's go forever. Forever, forever. Oh, now I'm singing. What the heck? I'm not a great singer. You don't want to be listening to me sing. Maybe up the top there. That looks quite cute. Just give it a little edge here with whatever ink's left on my brush. Quite a heavy coffee dye on this strip. Right, there we go. I'm calling it done. Apart from being attached to a page, and then this part will become the pocket or the tuck, and I've buried my page. Let's grab out this one, go with this one instead of the blue one. So that will be our glued down part there, and then on this side it will flip out, writing space, and then some paper or something tucked in there for writing on as well. We could also put a vertical word down there if we wanted. There's the word peace. I think I'd find something that kind of filled the gap a bit more, maybe like gentle. That would look quite cool down there, but I'll leave it for now. I can decide that when I go to use it in a journal. So there we go, guys. That's 2 projects inspired by the one piece of packaging. So we've got our over the page little notepad here, which with its tab top or tab side, depending which way you wanted to do it. And I may actually decide to use it on the side of a page when I go to use it. I don't know. I've got that option. And we can further decorate that up, but it will sit above or beside a page, have a little tab along the side or top, and then when it's glued down it will open just level with the top of the page. So there's that, and there's this. We got there. I think we got there. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for bearing with me while I'm all sorts of all over the show today. But that's all right. We got there. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you for another video tomorrow where hopefully I'm a little bit more collected and on the game. See you then. Bye.